So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Sean Mashi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reel. It was funny, my other billboard idea that comes to me later is really, if you're the one who abandoned yourself, you're the one who needs to come home. In fact, you're the one who gets to come home. So we want to think now for a moment. I would love to ask you, are you hard on yourself? How do regret, guilt, self-criticism show up in your own life? Is it you leave a meeting and you think of the one thing you wish you had said differently, or maybe you didn't say it at all and wish you had spoken up, whether it's with a loved one or something else? Maybe it's everyday little things about why you did that extra thing that made you late, how you used your time, what you ordered in a restaurant, just the kinds of things. Or maybe it's something really big, a big life regret where you felt there was a big cost to you or others and you kept blaming yourself for that. So in my case, that was a way of life. I called it regret hell. It was just kind of it felt like it was stabbing myself in the stomach. Reliving those woulda, shoulda, couldas over and over again. And as far as I could see, I had no way out. It felt like a life sentence. It didn't matter. Decades of inner work, counseling, spiritual practice, no one was able to teach me a way out. And yet somehow, about 12 years ago, I stumbled onto 3 steps that literally set me free. So that I was successful on the outside. There are so many women out there, and men too. Everything looks good. I had another book written, was speaking on world stages, beautiful life, and yet I was crashing on the inside from all the ways that I was constantly turning on myself, going along, doing the best I could, but the minute things didn't go well, the minute someone was angry or disappointed, I would instantly overfunction, go into over responsibility, keep rethinking. The brain gets wired that way, and we have, for about half the society, I'd say, we're wired to turn on themselves, and leaving us with self-criticism as an unsolved epidemic. So, I just really, we have to think about, how does this get started? You may even know, if you're someone who's hard on yourself, what it is for you. But I'd like to just have your permission to take a moment to go into my own childhood. Even though it started early, I have in mind a dinner table, a Sunday dinner table, when I was probably about 8 years old, where here it is after church, we're all supposed to be in this loving place, and yet my mom, my wonderful mom, suddenly goes into she pretty much abandons me to her own self-judgment, judgment of herself and others, and becomes like a different person. And even though it felt like she abandoned me, what I do in those situations was abandon myself and become small, apologetic, accommodating. From a survival perspective, that fight or flight that we all know so much about turns into freeze, and even one lesser known called fawn, just becoming little, trying hard, being whoever people want you to be, and taking responsibility for their emotional states. And somehow the human brain wires that into, it's my fault. If I turn on myself, if I beat myself up enough, I'll do better next time. But it doesn't help us do better. It just tears us down. And so many women carry that mindset into their workplace, the marriage. They may be functioning on an incredible level in so many ways, but disempower themselves when it matters most, and just become clueless because that childhood mindset is so survival driven that affirmations don't work. Many of even the somatic techniques are still, if the wiring is in there, that it believes it is saving us and helping others by turning on ourselves, and that's where we go. So at those times I would do anything to get my mom back, to get my husband or my boss
Mm.
back. But I came to realize it wasn't about them, it was about getting me back.
Mm.
Luckily, I was able to discover these three steps in a bathtub, in fact, as an entrepreneur, having sent out an email and then gone into regret hell about what I should have, would have, could have said, or waited till tomorrow morning to send it, knowing I would probably be up all night like the old days, kicking myself. And yet, somehow, I came through it. I saw it
Mm.
differently. And I stopped and asked myself, what did I just do? And those became the three
Mm.
steps. So, part of what has changed my life and the lives of tens of thousands of people who lived this way and didn't know a way out was to be able to find your own innocence, which is to go back and see the thinking, to really know you didn't create the thinking that was causing your reaction that you later regret, that was
Mm.
causing you to do what made sense in the moment. It was wired in there. It was the lens you were looking through in that moment. And yet, you couldn't have done it any other way. You really do
Mm.
stop waiting for others to see that you had such good intentions. Stop waiting for them to approve or give permission or react in the ways you want or life to go the way you want, and start to be able to find your own innocence and stand with, by, and
Mm.
for yourself. So that's really the first part that I didn't have. I didn't know how to do that. And
Mm.
it's driven by fear, though. So the second part of this is that we find the fear. Fear is what plunges us into guilt or regret or self criticism to start with. So just to be able to know how to completely debunk that fear, to trust the reality that shows up, is what step two gives
Mm.
us, to know that we absolutely cannot know what is meant to be accomplished in our own lives or the lives of the others who our choices have affected. And finally, I won't say the how of it, but you become the hero you've been waiting for in step three. You give yourself what it was you felt you needed from others in a way that truly fills gaps in self love. The self love is not about drinking your lemon water and meditating 20 minutes and some of the things we think of it. It's the very specific things that we crave, the outcomes we want from others or life will give us a window into what we're failing to give ourselves. And so having these three steps makes all the difference. I finally became free. I was finally able
Mm.
to really stop all the indecisiveness. That was a huge collateral outcome of this. And so if you're, it's not the outcome I was fearing so much as the potential to beat myself up for the outcome and not know how to overcome this. So no matter how small or how large the regret, just last night in my online mastermind, a women's group that's been running for 12 years, I was able to help someone move in 10 minutes from a huge regret about how a decision they made in raising their children, to
Mm.
really getting free and trusting the path of that child and of
Mm.
themselves. So I think my time here is about up, but I love that after these 12 years of having this as one of my happiness hacks, as an ebook, as a tool that people have been using, it's finally coming out as a book that has a workbook combined that will walk you through any situation where you're being hard on yourself, all the way through to standing with, by, and for yourself in self solidarity. And when you do that for yourself, you do it for all of us. Self solidarity isn't self serving, it creates win win outcomes as you're able to stand with, by, and for others as well. And we can heal generations of where children turn their natural state of self love into a state of self criticism. So I don't know if now is a time to share with people how they might get a hold of that, or if we do that a little bit later, but I've got a way for you to help yourself and also be notified when the book is out, even get an advanced reader copy if you're desperate for some freedom yourself.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Sean. Yes, you feel free to share with the audience now. And again, at the end, you're going to be able to share with the audience, but you can share now.
Well, it's very simple. It's wheelofselfforgiveness.com, and the self-forgiveness has a dash in it. wheelofself-forgiveness.com. That also takes you to a page on my main website where you can download the free Wheel of Self-Forgiveness cheat sheet. And it also allows us to let you know when the book is out and invite you to be part of our launch team and get an advanced reader copy or share that with your own folks. And yep, thank you so much. Please feel free to reach out to me too and get a call where we can help you through a regret or a big piece of a pattern of self-doubt, self-criticism. There is a simple way out, finally.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Sean. The wheel of self-forgiveness. Kings and queens, go out there and be the first one to grab her copy. Thank you so much for sharing from your own personal experience, really, for you to open up like this and also to share with us the 3 steps to unconditional self-love, self-confidence, and self-advocacy. Wow, this was simple yet a powerful process for transforming paralyzing self-judgment into those empowered actions. And thank you also for also helping other people like all of us here to heal from the cycle of regret, from self-doubt and indecision. Thank you so much, Sean, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you.
I would love to add, we have just a moment, the other 2 who are here today, your work sounds so incredible where you are right there on the ground when those survival reactions are taking over our bodies, affecting our health, affecting our ability to make good decisions on our own behalf. And in my case, my brain turning on myself, my body followed suit, and my entire life crashed. 15 years on disability, of, I believe, the autoimmune disorders and a number of things, physical pain, do relate a lot to this turning on ourselves. And so I love that you're out there, and I hope maybe this tool will help some of the people that you're helping as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sean. Really, I'll go back and watch the replay because the 7 minutes was too short, but the replay is always available. And thank you for pouring your heart out to our audience and for also sharing from your own personal experience. Thank you.